In this video, I want to show you how you can drop your cost per conversion by 20 to 30% or even more simply by restructuring your ad groups. So what normally happens is that you see a campaign, you see the cost per conversion is far too high, and normally people start to panic and over optimize, but they don't step back and do this one hack which I'm just about to show you now. So before I do show you, if you do like this type of content and you want to know how you can get more conversions at a lower cost per conversion, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel. So let's get into it. Let's assume you've got a campaign, and the campaign is, you've got a campaign here and it's converting at £40 cost per conversion, and you want to bring that down. You've tried everything you can, but you haven't tried this one thing I'm about to tell you, which is to do with restructuring your ad groups. Let's assume you've got 3 ad groups here, and ad group 1 could be converting at £15 per conversion. So that's the key thing that you need to look at. You need to look at the ad groups within the campaign. What are they actually converting at? So in this case, we've got one ad group which is converting at £15 per conversion. You've got another one converting at £25 per conversion, and you've got another one which is converting at £80 per conversion. So clearly, by looking at this, what you can extract from this is that you got 2 ad groups which are performing really well or relatively well, which are performing at £15 per conversion and £25 conversion, which means that you've got a cost per conversion of £20 cost per conversion. But then it's the third ad group, which is ad group 3, which is converting at £80 per conversion. So the question is, what do you do about that ad group? And the answer is, you can optimize it, and that's the first thing that you want to do. And what I'm talking about is, when you want to optimize, these are the 5 things that you want to look out for. So the first thing you want to look at is the keywords. Make sure you've got the right keywords and you've got the right match types to go with those keywords. The second thing you want to look at is the search terms, and again, that is influenced by your match types, because depending on whether you're using exact match, phrase match or broad match, that will then dictate to Google that what type of search terms your keywords, your ads get displayed for on the Google search page. The third thing you want to look at is your ads. So if someone is typing a certain keyword, make sure that the ad is highly relevant to the keyword. So it's got the right keywords in it. You've got different types of headlines within your ads. You've got different types of descriptions. So it's not just stuffing your keywords everywhere. You've got different types. For example, you've got call to actions, you've got scarcity, you've got ad or headlines which are going to show value, and so on. The other thing that you want to look out for is the quality score of your keywords within the ad group. So if you've got a lot of keywords which are of low quality score, then that's going to bring up the cost per click on the individual keywords. So take a look at the quality score and see what you can do to increase the quality score. And again, the higher your quality score, the lower you're likely to pay for your cost per clicks. The last thing you want to look at is your assets, or which used to be called extensions. So make sure you got the right extensions, you got the right headlines within each extensions, the descriptions, and so on. So these are the sorts of things that you want to look at. Now, let's assume that you've looked at all this and everything ticks the box. Okay, so what are the options? The first option is to separate the ad group. So what you're doing is that you're taking out ad group 3 and putting it into its own campaign. Now what's happening is that the cost per conversion of campaign 1 is £20 per cost per conversion, because you've got one ad group performing at £15 per conversion and you've got another one performing at £25 per conversion, which means that the whole of your budget is now being focused on ad groups that are converting and driving leads, sales, or whatever it is. And then you're left with another ad group which you've put into a different campaign, and that is converting at £80 cost per conversion. Now you can carry on optimizing this campaign, but more importantly, you can assign a lower budget to this campaign whilst you optimize this campaign so that it's driving you better conversions or better cost per conversions. Now, if you've checked everything and that doesn't work, then your last option is to simply pause ad group 3. There's no point having an ad group which is driving you cost per conversion at a very high or driving the leads or conversions at a very high cost per conversion. In that case, you can simply pause your pause the ad group, pause your second campaign, which contains the ad group 3. So that's a very simple strategy that you can use when you want to reduce the cost per conversion of a campaign. So essentially what you're doing is you're taking out the campaign which has skewed your data because it's converting at a very high cost per conversion, and then your budget is being focused towards a campaign which contains ad groups that are performing really well. In that way, not only are you getting conversions at a much lower cost per conversion, but you're also getting more conversions because the whole of your budget is being focused towards those ad groups within that campaign. So that is just one simple strategy that you can use. So next time you want to bring down your cost per conversions, check out your ad groups and see that, hey, are all ad groups performing equally? If they are, great. But is there one ad group which is performing really terribly, which you can take these actions that I've just told you about in this video? Guys, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications button, and do put in the comments, have you tried this strategy? What are the strategies that you tried to optimize your campaigns, and what's worked and what hasn't worked? And likewise, if you've got any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments box below. I look forward to seeing you on another video. Goodbye for now.